Greetings. My name is Peter Johansson OCC, otherwise known as Zuri G, and this is a translation for the greetings that I share. Typically, when I make recordings, ironically absent from this one because this is a translation. So, basically, all the greetings that I share, it comes from 9 languages, 10 DS languages. They all mean hi. They're the standard greetings that people provide to each other with each other in the different cultures and traditions. So I'll simply just basically list those languages and cultures. Now, obviously, the direct translation is going to vary, but basically they're all that introductory salutation. So the first one is Namaste. That comes from Sanskrit, India, and it's an ancient greeting. It's a sacred, holy greeting, and there are a number of different translations to describe that greeting. The way I translate it here at this moment is the divine presence within me acknowledges the divine presence within you. So that's Namaste. Assalamu alaikum. That is Arabic. It is also an ancient sacred greeting. It comes from the tradition of Islam. Namaste comes from Hinduism. As a side note, or to be fully equivalent. So, Assalamu alaikum. The basic translation is, may the peace be with you. And so, again, it is a standard greeting amongst Muslims, but it's also a greeting, particularly salam, peace, a standard greeting amongst many brethren who speak Arabic. Shalom is Hebrew from the tradition of Israel. Shalom also means peace. It is actually somewhat of the, not necessarily truncated, but it's abbreviated version of Shalom Aleichem, which means peace be with you. So, Shalom, peace. Mir from Russia also means peace. To be honest, I'm uncertain if actually brethren in Russia actually greet each other with peace, but that's how it fits within our sequence. Appropriate or appropriation, we can talk about it. The next one, Ni hao, Chinese language, Chinese tradition, Mandarin, I'm presuming, and means hi, greetings. The direct translation, it would be difficult for me to say at the moment, but it's a general greeting that's provided, essentially meaning hi. Buenos dias comes from Iberia. Hear the sirens. So, Buenos dias comes from Iberia. Spanish, Español, and it means benevolent day. Specifically, it means benevolent matin, meaning the benevolent AM, the beginning part of the day. So, my Espanol kinfolk are rather adamant about not saying, and communicating to me about not saying Buenos Dias after midday, because it's not Buenos Dias at that point, it is Buenos Tardes. So when I give this general greeting, and I say Buenos Dias, and then I note that it's actually afternoon, then I also say Buenos Tardes. So that explains. And Buenos Tardes means benevolent afternoon. So there it is. Buenos dias, Herseche. All right. That is a greeting of Muskoki language, Muskoki tradition, which is also known as Seminole, native tradition, native kinfolk of this continent, southeast corner of this continent, and it means peace, love, and I keep it at that. The next one, Akwaaba. So this comes from Twi, from Ghana. It is the Akan. It comes from the Akan language, and Akwaaba is one of the general greetings within Ghana. It means welcome. And so typically it's a host greeting a guest who's arriving, saying Akwaaba, kind of like Willkommen, which is the next coming up. But akwaba is less a matter of just like two people meeting each other on the street, where neither one is necessarily the host, but that's what we share. So in one way or another, we're all hosts, we're all visitors simultaneously. So when we're being multilingual and diplomatic in Kumbaya, we're less of sticklers about the formalities, because there's a genuineness of heart, and we continue to learn, and we can improve and proceed accordingly. But now I'm getting preachy instead of translation-y, so I'll continue. Velkommen again comes from Scandinavia. We can say dansk, we can say svensk. I'm sure we can say norsk as well. I do my best, no disrespect, but it means welcome, as it may be similarly sounded by English speakers. Then the final one, what up though? Is that English? Can we say that? I don't know. Language is in a continual process of evolution. When do we actually draw the lines from one to the other? How about that? So that being said, it comes from the vernacular of the streets, where there's a lot of creativity and adaptation from the conventional language. So on this land, at the moment, the conventional language is English, and many people do many things with that English. So, and particularly with purposefulness of not being necessarily understood by people who only speak English. How about that? So, again, is it English? Patois, Creole, is that English? How about that? So, what up though? Maybe the informal patois of the streets. So that's the greetings. That's the translation. That's what's up. Namaste. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Mir. Zaijin. Adios. Te chakaris. Esimpe na asamuje. Kelik ofred. One love. Peace. Happiness. Liberation.